Hello everyone and welcome back to the Armada official YouTube channel. My name is Mighty School 6. Thank you for joining me today. We're in Medieval 2 today on a 4v4, and let's just get right into the army compositions. First army is England, led by Arm Peblo. He has yeoman archers. He looks to have about 4 of them, 4 units, and they're all trying to fall back. Back here he has some billmen, some armored swordsmen. Looks like 4 units of armored swordsmen and 3 units of dismounted English knights. Over here we have Knights Hospitaller, Knights Templar, the General's Bodyguard right there. We also have a Culverin, which is opening fire. And we also have some, more dismounted English knights over there, armored swordsmen. There are the human archers. His immediate ally right here is Milan, led by Nadaweeaboo. He has plenty of Genoese crossbow militia and crossbowmen. He has Genoese crossbowmen, by the way. His general is with this monster Ribolt. He has 4 of them. So we'll see how that works out. He has a front line of pike militia and dismounted feudal knights. So, and as well as some, more feudal knights up there. Looks like they have an armor upgrade. Yeah, those feudal knights have an armor upgrade. These ones, however, do not. Over here we have in the back some mounted crossbowmen. So he's definitely focusing on Milan's range and artillery prowess to win him the day. Over here we do have a third ally, which is the Holy Roman Empire, led by NoSpam23. He has Imperial Knights, 2 units of them. His general's bodyguard right there. He has a little bit more artillery. He has a serpentine, two serpentines, a basilisk, and another serpentine. So 3 serpentines in total and a basilisk. He has several units of crossbowmen. He has 1 unit of crossbow militia, and then some Pavese crossbowmen. Looks like 3 units there. We have some pike militia right in front of some dismounted feudal knights. So, yeah, it looks like 3 units of pike militia and 2 units of dismounted feudal knights. That is his army, I do believe. Yep, that's all his army. He has invested a lot into his artillery. Over here we have the last ally, which is Hungary, led by Artabella, HMS Artabella. He has some Royal Banderoon, a general's bodyguard with the general. We have dismounted chivalric knights, looks like 2 units of them. We have dismounted feudal knights, looks like probably 3 units right there. Hussars, very fast light cavalry unit. We have Pavese crossbow militia, as well as Croat axemen. Yes, and that about does it. Over here though, there is 1 unit, looks like more hussars. Alright. And now we'll just get into the opposing team. The first one is going to be France, led by Kublai Khan 16. Yeah, there we have dismounted feudal knights, Aventures, more dismounted feudal knights, religious fanatics, serpentines, more, and then just looks like a repeat of what we already said. Dismounted feudal knights, religious fanatics, pikemen. We have Knights Hospitaller, General's Bodyguard, and more Knights Hospitaller. There's the general right there, and yeah, that seems to be all of it. Aventure, dismounted chivalric knights, pikemen, Knights Hospitaller. Yeah, good mix, but he seems to be rushing to his other allies, who are the Timurids, led by Timurids are led by Barbarian 2. We have some Sabadar militia, they're archers. We have a trebuchet. We have the Khan's Guard and the Bodyguard. So this is the Bodyguard. This is just a very good unit for those of you who do not know. Alright. And it seems like most of the Timurids troops are hiding. Peasants. But we'll see them when the battle, gets into full array. Over here we have the Moors, led by DI Teutonic Order. He has peasant crossbowmen, several units of them, desert archers, Christian Guard, bodyguard, there's the general. We also have dismounted Christian Guard, more bodyguard, Christian Guard, urban militia, and more dismounted Christian Guard, and I'm sure a lot more of hidden units. We have Tuareg Camel spearmen, more dismounted Christian guard, and yeah, it's just a good mix of them. Maybe some more urban militia. Yeah, more urban militia going in there, and more desert archers along with plenty of crossbowmen. And now the final army is Sicily, led by Arm Catrogon. This is his general's bodyguard right there. We have 2 units of cannons. The main line is going to include Pavese crossbow militia. Looks like 2 units of them right up front. Chivalric knights, also dismounted broken lances, dismounted Norman knights, as well as chivalric knights, and the line just goes on and on. Plenty of broken lances and more Pavese crossbowmen up in the front. Now let's get started. So this battle is going to take a little bit of time to really have things happen. There's going to be a little bit of shifting around of troops. There is just going to be some cannon fire as it is exchanged between the 2 sides. Mostly it's going to be England and Sicily are going to be exchanging their cannon fire initially, and we can only assume that the monster revolts will be used to great effect, as well as the many cannons from the Holy Roman Empire. But we'll figure out what's going on in a moment. Over here, the Culverin from England is moving around. Yeah, England is just trying to crest the top of this hill. Looks like over here, though, we do have some movement of the cavalry force. And I do believe, as it says, there are units here that, yep, we have some Imperial Knights from the Holy Roman Empire. They have hidden some of their units, so now as the Moors are advancing and shuffling around, we might be able to see some sneak attack if we're lucky. Over here, though, it looks like Hungary is creeping forward its troops ever so slowly with the Hussars. They are keeping their general far in back, which is good and bad. Good because they're safe, bad because they're not providing that really close morale buff, which, general, if you have a general nearby, it's going to be a lot better. And not over here, the general's bodyguard is advancing, riding from Sicily. So the Sicilian mounted wing, which looks very great in all of its, it just looks great. I mean, look at this. Yeah, let's just, oh, yeah, there we go. We can just follow the mounted, oh, they're not going for the charge. Yeoman archers, probably driven off by the Knights Templar and General's bodyguard. But yeoman archers are firing. That's probably scaring them away. Chivalric knights, just look at them. They're all riding, and it's just so cool to see a whole bunch of horsemen just riding with their lances and everything. It's just so aesthetically pleasing. Pavese crossbowmen and dismounted and broken lances are moving up. Looks like France is joined up over here, kind of in a way, with the Timurids, who have plenty of Sabadar militia. They also have some Manafatoons, Turkish archers as well, and more peasant archers. So the Timurids are bringing up plenty of stuff to bring. They also have plenty of Khan's Guard, it looks like, and dismounted heavy lancers. So they have plenty of powerful units that they bring to bear, and we'll see how they're going to be used in the future of this battle. And as we can see, we're only like a third of the way in, and not much has happened. Or not a third, but I can't do math. A fourth of the way in, not much has happened. Over here, we're waiting for the Imperial Knights to make a move. Well, they're cautiously, patiently waiting. Over here, we have plenty of Pavese crossbowmen from Sicily. They're moving forward. A couple of them are trying to reload, but the Pavese crossbowmen advancing, trying to get up close to the English front line and pepper them with crossbow boats, which is something that is everyone wants. But this skirmish phase kind of goes on for a while, so let's kind of speed things up as the Pavese crossbowmen they're preparing to fire. They're just shuffling around, trying to get in a good position, as we all know. A little bit more cannon firing going on. Not too much going on, I believe. We do have one of the trebuchets actually destroyed from the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire has just the audacity to bring so many different artillery pieces. Same with Milan. And here comes the trebuchet and it misses, but there's just so many cannons, and only like really the only person to really, I mean, it's only the Timurids and Sicily that bring any form of artillery at all. So the longer they wait, the more it's gonna help, you know, the Holy Roman Empire and Milan and everyone else. As there they go. The trebuchet from the Timurids is completely destroyed. They have no more whatsoever. Oh, they do have a serpentine from France, so they can fire back. So there's a little bit of stuff, but if all of the serpentines from, you know, the Holy Roman Empire go up against the serpentine from France, it's going to be a no contest. Over here, let's just take a quick peek. Are the Imperial Knights doing anything? No, they're not. They're just still being quiet, waiting for the Pavese crossbowmen to advance. But Sicily is moving its troops around. Hopefully, I think what they're trying to do is hope to get around and around the flank of England and eventually crush them. The Culverin from England is firing, and the Holy Roman Empire is just shelling these positions, getting one of the serpentines down. So we'll see how this goes, because literally this is all they really have. France, this is all France has, and another cannon shot going in. But we also have to think, are they doing enough to a little bit of archer fire going here? Are they wasting ammo on everything? Or are they, you know, just trying to take it out? Or should they be more focusing on the units? Because right now, these pikemen right here, they're pretty tightly packed. But the serpentine, you know, it's pretty hard to hit. You know, we do have some close calls, but nothing really going on. Over here, Sicily, I mean, yeah, Sicily is going around, but is being showered by the yeoman archers. Showered, absolutely trying to be forced back. England is forcing them back, but England is creeping around. Over here, the knights are still hidden, patiently waiting. Oh, the knights are making a move. Imperial Knights going in for the charge. This is like the most glorious thing, you know, just seeing a charge. In they go. Lances are down. What a good charge. Some of them do die. I mean, he ran into a tree. What do you expect? Some of them going back into all the way to these peasant crossbowmen, causing havoc. More of the Imperial Knights, but now more and more of these archers are going. You know, they have a prime target. These Imperial Knights, they're definitely doing a good job. They charged through, wiped out that entire unit of these crossbowmen, just wiped them out. Now they're retreating, and I think nothing else is going on yet. Nothing really else is going on. Over here we do have some peasants that are soaking up some of the ammo from the Holy Roman Empire. So this is a pretty good tactic, using cheaper units to definitely absorb a whole bunch of arrow fire from all of these different units that the Holy Roman Empire and Milan have. As we can see, so many units are firing. They're probably still on fire at will, and all of them are shooting at this one peasant unit. And the peasants are very cheap, and ammo is expensive and limited in variety. On a battlefield, it's very important to conserve and use ammo properly. As you can see, more and more of the Pavese crossbow militia, they're falling, but they're going to do a really good job in exchanging with the yeomen, because the yeomen, they may have shields on their hands, so they're always kind of protected. But these Pavese crossbowmen, I mean, look at their big shields right now. They're pretty much protected from enemy fire. with their giant shields on their backs. And there they go, just another volley. Crossbow volleys going in, taking out a lot of these, as you can see right here. A lot of these English troops. Very, very sad for England, as he's losing a lot of troops. He's not even completely spread out, but his troops are numerically less. Milan having to send in some crossbowmen to help out. The Culverin is firing, it says. We also have more Genoese crossbowmen. So we do have a lot of mixture in the lines. Milan is definitely spreading himself to go with, you know, helping out the Holy Roman Empire. We do have one of the monster revolts completely destroyed. Serpentine, one of the Serpentines is being maneuvered over to help out on this flank. So we have another monster revolt. This is not the one with the general. And we also have another, this is the one with the general, monster revolt, right next to the Culverin. More and more arrows are being exchanged. This skirmish phase is just going on for a long time. Over here, yeoman archers are taking out looks like there was a cavalry engagement here. As we can see, the Imperial Knights did not like it all that well. Looks like some English troops have also fallen here, some of the English Knights, in some clash, but not too many others. So definitely the Imperial Knights had the worst of it, and the bodies are now decaying at a rapid pace. Apparently they're just disappearing from view. But over here, Sicily is definitely trying to get around the flank, and they almost did. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's Sicily's own force. We have the mounted crossbowmen trying to hold back, mounted crossbowmen from Milan, trying to hold off Sicily. They're definitely doing a good job at peppering those troops. And crossbows, even if they are mounted, you know, that they can definitely cause havoc, real havoc. As we can see, more and more of the cavalry just shifting around this infantry line. Now they're hidden, so they're not going to be targeted all that much, but this last volley is just going to fire. So, but none of them are died. Their armor and shields are definitely helping them out on this one. Now more of those the mounted crossbows are peppering this Sicilian line, but now the Timurids have arrived. They have their militia, and they're also firing at those mounted crossbowmen. Mounted crossbowmen do not take other arrows. You know, they can shoot arrows, but they can't really take it. As you can see, they don't have any armor or shields, so they're very vulnerable to missiles. And yeah, they're gonna just start dropping like flies, and the heavy rain that is the Timurid and Sicilian archery. It's pretty brutal, as we can see here. I mean, just arrow after arrow. There we go. Volley after volley is just going down, and as we can see, all of these mounted horsemen have fallen. We have one unit of 9 and another unit of 31. So yeah, plenty of them have perished. The yeoman archers are down to 20 and 34. Yeoman archers are just getting thinned out. Very thin. These guys are only in a single file line, which I guess can go to show how situations are. Over here, looks like the cannon from Sicily is firing. Let's see how many they have left. Looks like 1, 2, 3. Yep, they must have lost one along the way. Yep, they definitely have lost one of the cannons, but that is fine. They still have the artillery superiority on this flank. One of the monster revolts was destroyed, and the Culverins from England are still firing. So we're just waiting to see what's gonna happen. Over here, we still do have some hidden unit. Yep, the whole mounted. All of England, all of the horses are on this side. Milan's 2 units of cav are also back here. All in the back, we do have the Hungarian Royal Bandarium. They're coming in to support. They're just taking their sweet time. They don't want to rush over there and get exhausted. Hurry up and wait. That's kind of that's always a big problem. We just way more and more skirmish phase. The skirmish phase is taking a long time, but if you can do really well in the skirmish phase, that will help you out for the rest of the battle to come. These peasant crossbowmen are nearly depleted. Same with these guys, but also Milan is like entirely focused on its crossbows. There was a, oh my goodness, yeah, that's a problem. That's why you don't put your troops in front of Serpentine or other cannons, because they're indiscriminate. They'll just fire and go right on through. So we still have that one Serpentine still has 2 units left. But yes, over here, oh, Christian Guard is moving in along with the dismounted heavy lancers. Looks like we're gonna have a dedicated military, or of course this is a military game, what we're talking about, the designated melee encounter as they're going up against mostly archers. Yep, Khan's Guard, plenty of Khan's Guard, and it's all coming in at the same time. There's no infantry to save them right now. This Genoese unit routing, Billman they're getting shot. Over here the cavalry wing is slow to react to this full frontal charge as horsemen, Khan's Guard, so many Khan's Guard, they are actually routing. Same with the Christian Guard, but in come the dismounted heavy lancers coming in right after the charge to help clean up after the infantry. You have dismounted English knights going right into helping with these dismounted feudal knights from Milan. Now these dismounted heavy lancers, they're surrounded. They're broken. So we have some good teamwork kind of going on from these two. But now we get the Tuareg camel spearmen. This is definitely what the cavalry wings of England is worried about, but they don't want to get engaged. But a really good charge on those English knights right there. Now they're backing out more and more. And just seriously, now the whole cavalry from 3 factions is all on this side, and in comes here are the Knights Templar from England. They're routing as they're being pursued by the Khan's Guard. As we can see, the whole bunch, just the cav superiority is causing immense problems. Sicily is joining the fray. Hungary is sending in the Hussars and the Royal Riders. Bandarium, that's what they're called. Bandarium, Royal Bandarium. And they're all fighting under the hail of arrows. That is the Sicilian and Timurid front line. More and more troops. The Hungarians are doing a good job, but they're pulling out because they're kind of outnumbered. Chivalric Knights coming in. And Peasant Archers, we have the bodyguard over here. So this is the Timurid's General Khan's Guard. There's just so many troops here. Cavalry, oh, fire arrows being used as well. More Khan's Guard are going to go in. They're pulling out, looks like. But definitely, yep, England's trying to get out of there. Milan is trying to fire. The Chivalric Knights only down 1 unit down to 3. Knights Templar is routing Chivalric Knights. The Royal Bandarium is holding them, trying to hold these guys still for the mounted units to open fire and cripple them with range. Billman routing Khan's Guard, now the dismounted Christian Guard, moving in against the armored swordsmen. Tuareg camel riders taking out the Culverine. More of the bodyguard. And as we can see, Milan is not doing too well. We have England helping out. The dismounted, the Hashoshim. There they go. These guys they have a very unique name. You can tell they're good. Milan is holding out as best they can, but their infantry is just shattered. They have these pike militia. Now we have some more troops falling back. We do have the monster ribalts trying to fire to some effect. They're just trying to fire the monstrosity. I mean, these things are just massive and horrifying. But if they can, they're definitely relying on a lot of these. This monster ribalt, the crew is out. They have no more ribalt to bear. Holy Roman Empire is still not engaged. It seems as if it's a 3-on-2 currently, as the Timurids, Moors, and Sicily are just ripping apart England. England is completely gone. Just a handful of pockets. Armored swordsmen fighting to the death with the bodyguard from the Moors coming in. More of the Tuareg camel spearmen. The Pavese crossbow militia from Sicily coming in. Bodyguard from the Timurids. Timurids are also coming in. France even has sent some troops over here. Religious fanatics. Definitely not going... They help on the number front. They're not all that effective in melee, but I mean they're here, and they're here with a vengeance. Yep. Milan is going down with their mounted crossbowmen. they're engaging. Here's the general's bodyguard for Sicily. If they could kill it, that'd be really great, but I don't know if they can. This is the general's bodyguard. And away they ran. Oh, is that the general's bodyguard? The actual general? Yes, it is. But it looks like they're routing. In come the Imperial Knights, but they're caught between religious fanatics, 4 units, and the general's bodyguard from Sicily. Just going down the line right now, Sicily is coming in force, going against these Genoese crossbow militia, and Moors are here coming up. Monster revolts are silenced. The only thing that can fire is this one monster revolt, but they're taking a long time to reload. And bodyguard just coming in. These pike militia are holding on as best they can with the pike. You know, these are also pike militia, but they're doing the best they can. But over here, the dismounted Norman Knights and the dismounted Christian Guard, they broke through. There is nothing holding this guy's flank. Milan is crushed. To say they may have a couple of units left, but as we can see now, yeah, it's just wrapping around these pike militia. It's not good. Looks like England has admitted defeat, or was that? Must have been Milan. Yeah, probably either Milan or England. England probably was just wiped out. So that was probably Milan that admitted defeat. So now it's just down to the Holy Roman Empire and Hungary. Hungary is now repositioning itself to face the onslaught that is the Moors. Moors and Sicily and whatever remains the Timurids. I'm not seeing too many of the Timurids. We have the general's bodyguard of the Holy Roman Empire fighting to the death. There's 16 of them. That is not good. This is the general of the Holy Roman Empire. And we'll watch his final stand. He's not exactly fighting back as he's trying to reform. There he goes. He falls amongst many troops. Many Sicilian and Moorish troops. So that is definitely a problem. More French religious fanatics are coming around. There are some Sabadar militia. Several units of them, so they're still pretty healthy. But we also have peasant crossbowmen from the Moors as they're lining up on the hill, moving down. Over here, desert archers, peasant crossbowmen. The Moors are not done yet. The Holy Roman Empire is trying to save its serpentine, whatever you call it, but it might get caught out of the way. But if it's lucky, they might be able to save it and continue to fire. France is still on this hill, by the way. The majority of their forces are just chilling, but we'll see how it needs. There's 53 to 39 of kills, so we might be able to see Hungarians and Holy Roman Empire, both relatively fresh, be able to take out the tired the three nation army here, as the Moors and Sicily and the Timurids, as they're fighting. So we might be able to see a little bit. There are 3 players, but there are, you know, weakened troops. But Sicily still is very strong. The ones that took most of the brunt is probably going to be the Timurids, and the Moors. They have a couple of troops left. There's the Timurids. That's just the Khan's guard. It's not the actual general. But yeah, the Moors still have some strength left. They're a little bit more battered, but I feel like Sicily is the strongest. Ooh, that was a good shot from the Holy Roman Empire, from their basilisk. So they're still going to try firing. Serpentine is trying to reload as fast as they can before the lines can form and merge. Imperial Knights are routing. Hungary is forming its good battle line with a whole bunch of Croyd Axemen, dismounted feudal and chivalric knights. In come some more of the Axemen trying to help out, take out those Khan's guard before they take out the Pompey's crossbows. They did a good job right there helping out. Now we have some dismounted heavy lancers. Looks like they're going to try charging in, stopping some more archers from firing. The general from Hungary is being shot to death. He has to get out of there or he's going to get absolutely destroyed. And that's just not going to be good. This is the last general left alive for Hungary's team. Hungary is they need a strong leader to if they're gonna win the day. And so, yep, they're gonna get out of there. They're actually gonna charge forward into the hail of arrows and take out all of. I mean, most of them are archers that the Timurids have left. They do have one unit, like the bodyguard unit, and if they're able to kill that, they might be able to break the Timurids. And I think that's what they're trying to do: break the Timurids before France could get involved. And there is some movement from France. France is moving just super slow, but that is the hope that Hungary has. Hungary advanced, but the Holy Roman Empire did not, so Sicily is holding them back from engaging, but now the Moors are advancing, trying to take them out as Hungary is trying to get rid of the Timurids once and for all. As we can see here, the militia are holding them well against the Croat axemen, actually routing them. We also have some of the dismounted Christian Guard helping out as well. And the dismounted chivalric knights, they're holding the line, but they can't. They need to penetrate through. They need help penetrating this Turkish line as fast as they can. General's bodyguard down to 6 from Hungary. Now it's the bodyguard. They have 7, so they're the Timurids. Timurids are slightly more numerous, but they're slowing down. More archer fire going into the general's bodyguard. Not good for Hungary. Hungary needs to really clean these guys up really quick. We have plenty of dismounted feudal knights and chivalric knights. Over here, Norman knights coming in, engaging the retreating feudal knights. But let's see if they'll hold. Norman knights still. There's plenty of Norman knights over here. More crossbowmen. Yeah, it looks like most of Sicily has just shifted over and is absolutely beating up Hungary. Hungary is trying to do what they can, but the Holy Roman Empire is still relatively passive in protecting their troops. Now France has decided to join the fray, and plenty of them. We have plenty of pikemen here. Pike militia are good against, as we can see, against horses. But no, they took away they brought out their swords instead of their pikes. Swords are not good against horses. Pikes are good against horses. They should have taught you that. The Basilisk is trying to turn around as it's facing the incoming threat of France. But now the Knights Hospitaller, they're going to charge right into the side of these not defended Holy Roman Empire troops and Hungary. Hungary is, as we can see, it's just chaos over here. Hussars are doing a good job trying to shut down some archers, helping relieve their general's bodyguard. This modern field knights are going to charge to those peasant archers. In comes oh, that was the Timurids or the Moors? Not exactly sure, but one of the generals is dead. Probably the Timurids, as they're now retreating. Now that frees up a lot of these Hungarian troops as they can come around. But now the Knights Hospitaller, they're coming in, and oh, we do have one unit left of Timurids as they're barely surviving. In come the Knights Hospitaller. They're probably going to charge into those dismounted feudal knights. In come the Hussars. Hussars are trying to rout those. Okay, yeah, the Timurids. Oh, that's the Saracen general. Timurids was slain before, and now we have the Timurids are completely gone, which is very good for the Hungarians and the Holy Roman Empire. But the Holy Roman Empire has its own problems to deal with, as France is advancing ever so slowly. Pike militia are just preparing for the onslaught. You know, it's just a psychological thing. These crossbowmen from Sicily are retreating in face of dismounted feudal knights. In come the Hussars, causing havoc, trying to do what they can. Hungary has done a fantastic job. I don't care what any of you people have said, they've done a good job. They took out Timurids, they took out they took out a lot of the Sicilian force too. And the Moors. So, I mean, sure, the Holy Roman Empire had some help with that, but the Holy Roman Empire was trying to be more of a deterrent against against France, and France now decides to come off the hill and absolutely cause havoc for this front line that is now shifting. The front line is just all over the place. First it was over here, or it was on that hill up there, now then it was on this hill right here, and now it's on the Holy Roman Empire front. So really, France is now taking the glory and spoils of war as they're charging forward. Dismounted broken lances are broken, same with the Christian Guard. I don't know if there are any Moorish troops still alive, but now it's the Knights Hospitaller over here. Basically, it's France against the remnants of Hungary and the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire is sending a unit of pike militia along with the Serpentine unit to try and get rid of all of these horsemen. That's a lot of Knights Hospitaller, and that they're an absolute devastating force. But over here, France is just punched through. Here they have all the religious fanatics coming in, dismounted feudal knights. They're very good in melee, but they're not. Can they take out all of the very hundreds of these religious fanatics? And then over here, the dismounted chivalric knights and feudal knights. There goes one general that might be France's general, but France has just way too many troops to probably affect it. Over here, the desert archers are advancing, or maybe that was possibly the Sicilian general too. More likely the Sicilian general is over here. No, there's a general over here. Whose general is this? Timurids. Ah, there's the French general. No, the French general is very much alive. That was the Sicilian general that fell. These Pavese crossbowmen are routing, and these pike militia are just so out of place, but they're doing what they can to just threaten the horsemen. More and more units are routing, but France has the undisputed control of the battlefield. The Moors are just left with one unit of desert archers, and along with the help of Sicily and France, they managed to rout that one unit of dismounted feudal knights. But as we can see here, France is just dominating the battlefield now. Holy Roman Empire only seems to have this one unit of pike militia, but what can one unit of pike militia do against so many horses? Hungary looks like it's trying to regroup, which is, you know, a really good idea, so you're not defeated in detail, which was done spectacularly against England, and they just crushed England so well. But they did take casualties, but I feel like they did a good job at being able to crush them quickly and efficiently when they did actually fight. We'll just speed things up here just a little bit as France is trying to form up. Hungary is trying to form up with the remnants of the Holy Roman Empire. Over here, the Hussars are just running around. It looks like they're trying to get in the high ground. Don't know where they're actually going. Oh, they're trying to bait these Knights Hospitaller away from the main fight. It's a good idea, using only 15 men to draw away over 60. That's probably 90 right there. Units away, and in they go the Hussars. Since this is like the main battle currently, Hussars charged at the peasant crossbowmen, but they have since routed, since the overwhelming majority of the forces were enemy. And they tried to do bold choice, but they eventually just routed away as too many troops and not enough. I mean, France is untouched, virtually. This is basically what remains. The last stand. Pikemen advance forward, preparing to hold. Yeah, let's just times 6 speed. Oh, they're retreating. Pike militia holding. Pike militia breaking. That's all of the Holy Roman Empire, and now Hungary is left all alone with 5% of the entire force. Dismounted feudal knights are running somewhere, chasing after these Knights of Splitzer as the after the mounted crossbow militia. Those guys also routing and just eaten alive. And that is, I'm calling it right there. That is it. France undisputed victor. They did sit back and relax a little bit. Oh, Hungary is still alive. Hungary is still alive. Go Hungary. Go. Charge. Glorious. Last man standing. In goes the general. As, you know, his... Oh, he... just got shot. Very disappointing, but no charge for him in the very end. But as we can see, that was a very good battle. And we'll just go over the kill rankings. England, Arm Pueblo got just shy of 300 kills. Weeaboo got 500, or 499, basically 500. No Spam got 803. Artabella got 704. Now, it seemed a little different because it looked like Hungary did a lot more, but they really did clean up, but it was kind of difficult for them to. I mean, don't get me wrong, they both did a good job of holding on as long as they did. Kublai Khan was France. They got 424 kills. Barbarian, the Timurids got 589. Teutonic Order of the Moors got 830. And Catragon got 1,021 kills. And this is just kind of sad to look at, as the unit that got the most kills was a dismounted unit, English Knight, with 48. It's kind of sad only because the other players did a really good job of teamwork and efficiently crushing England. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today on this wonderful battlefield, and I hope to see you again next time. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you later. Bye.